Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. So you know what to do. Go to Cindy Sheehan Soapbox.com and Cindy Sheehan Soapbox Blogspot, I think it is. Cindy Sheehan Soapbox Blogspot. Get these statements, these two. One dated Sunday, August 16th, and the other one dated Tuesday, August 18th. And send those to your entire list, and you'll see when you pull them down, you've got the press contacts for this very important organizing mission, the opening of the second front against Obama, the action against Obama's most vulnerable point, his left flank. Remember, Obama operates under left cover, left camouflage. If you strip away the left camouflage, strip away the idea that he's a progressive, that he's a friend of the masses, that he cares about labor and all the rest of this stuff, denude him as an agent of Wall Street, a tool of finance capital, you've got the truth about him, because the reason it's more effective is because it's true, and it jives with what he actually does rather than what he says. Right-wingers attack Obama's verbiage. They attack him for doing things that he doesn't do. He does not deliver concessions for unions. He destroys unions. He doesn't care about the poor. He's screwing them over. Poor people are getting stripped of their economic rights in California and other states every day, especially California. You think Obama tries to divert money from the Wall Street bailouts to the California budget? Not in a million years. He's not a friend of the masses. He's an agent of Wall Street finance capital. This is the essence. And he is a warmonger and a warmonger and a warmonger. He's also an appeaser. He's also a coward. But this is all out of design. Now, maybe we should talk about the interesting dynamic here, just in terms of this stuff about the ideological reflex chamber that we're in, right? And we're in the hall of mirrors of ideology. Let's look at what Obama has done on this healthcare business. Now, this was a real issue in the 2008 campaign. Obama, during the primaries, Krugman and others pointed out that Obama is not really interested in health care. He did it grudgingly. He didn't want to go with this issue at all. And when he did, he had these right-wing Chicago school advisors like Austin the Ghoul Goolsby. He's written up in Obama, the Postmodern Coup, The Making of a Manchurian Candidate, where indeed you'll find a leaflet that I wrote here for the Potomac primary in early February 2008, saying Obama wants to destroy your Social Security. He wants to loot Social Security for the obvious Wall Street reasons. So Krugman pointed to the fact that Obama was much weaker on health care compared to Edwards, compared to Hillary, compared to other Democrats. Obama was the weakest of them all. And notice also Obama's method. Obama doesn't run on issues. You're not voting for issues. You're voting for the Messiah. You're voting for essentially a flim-flam. You're voting for your aspirations, right? Whatever you project on that empty slate, the blank slate that is Obama. So he never made commitments on issues. He did not want to get into the details of policy. This was fuzziness. And again, in Obama, the Postmodern Coup, the comparison is made to Carter and the fuzziness issue. If you're a Wall Street puppet and you run for president, you can't say what you're going to do, because what you're going to do is the finance capital agenda and strip people of their economic rights and leave them nothing but their eyes to cry with. You're going to flay the American people alive. That's Obama's program. You can't run on that. Therefore, you've got to build up this elaborate rhetorical smokescreen. You've got to go through a whole charade and kabuki of, oh, you're a friend of the masses and you're a community organizer and so forth. Even there, what does it mean to be a community organizer? It means that you're a scab, you're a strikebreaker, you are a poverty pimp. That is what community organizing is, to the extent that it's funded by these foundations. Now, how did Obama handle this? He put cap and trade first. The infamous and deleterious Waxman-Markey cap and trade bill went through the House first. So all the energy that was used up on that monstrosity was not available then later on. Obama had said always, wistfully, oh, if I had it to do over, I would go for single payer. Notice he never says Medicare for all, something that people could understand. Obama's the biggest enemy of single payer Medicare for all. He's also the biggest enemy of a government plan, whatever that is. The whole purpose of this is to get more money into the hands of insurance companies. In other words, the basis of health care reform for him is the individual mandate that you have got to buy private insurance from a for-profit, deregulated company that you can't sue and your life depends on it. So they're for-profit, they're deregulated, you can't sue them, and your life depends on it, and Obama wants to make you pay for that. That was always the essence. You could see it a mile away. Naturally, the Kool-Aid cultists were still blinded by the Kool-Aid fumes. They couldn't see it. Now, here's what Obama did, therefore. He gave up single-payer Medicare for all, never said Medicare for all. Those words have never passed his lips. He gave up single-payer before he even started. And now, as of the midpoint in August, with the Obama sliver speech and the Sibelius monstrosity there on Sunday, August 16th, it's clear that he's given up the government plan, too. Don't tell Rush Limbaugh. Those guys will continue attacking Obama as a socialist forever, even when he's convoying more and more money to arch-capitalist, arch-financier institutions in Wall Street. So Obama has now given up the single payer, given up the government plan, but what he's got is the mandate, the individual mandate, the compulsion, the obligation to buy private insurance, just like Mitt Romney, the asset stripper, did in Massachusetts. Obama equals Mitt Romney. So when it comes to the war, Obama channels Bush Cheney. When it comes to health insurance, Obama channels Mitt Romney, the right-wing financier candidate in the Republican primaries that was even pushed aside by somebody like Huckabee, because Huckabee could sound like a populist, whereas poor Mitt Romney never could. Now, what would a normal Democrat have done? Let's just say a normal Democrat, somebody not from the Grover Cleveland, Woodrow Wilson, Harry Truman, Jimmy Carter, Obama school, right? Not those right-wing guys who work for Wall Street, but some kind of a populist Democrat. Here's what you do. This is just simple. You would start with a big mobilization for Medicare for all. You'd say, Medicare for all, Medicare for all. It works. Look at it. People are happy. Ask the old people, do they like it? Is it good? And ultimately then, if you don't have the votes and you've got these blue dogs, you've got your various reactionaries, you've got all these people running around, then ultimately the compromise would have been the government plan. But that's not what Obama did he? He didn't do what a normal Democrat would do. He's a neoliberal shading into neo-fascist, because, again, the form of what Obama wants is a state-sponsored compulsory cartel to drive down payments to doctors, hospitals, nurses, and other care providers, in other words, to lower wages in the system, to deny patients care. Yes, there are death boards. There's more than one. And to prop up the derivatives that have bankrupted all these insurance companies. That is the classic definition of the Mussolini fascist corporate state, then imitated by Mussolini's imitator to the north, right, in Germany during the 1930s, 10 years later. Now, what would a genius have done? I didn't go through this at the time because there was no way that Obama was going to do this. I rather focused on ways that other candidates could do this. But here's what a genius would have done. This is what somebody like Franklin D. Roosevelt would have done. During the debate on the bailout, you would say, as a Democrat, no to the bailout. I'm against bailing out Wall Street. This is an obscenity. This is an earmark. This is going to balloon the deficit. This is irresponsible. This is the corporate state. This is a sellout of working class and other interests. We're not giving $1 trillion to Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, and Citibank. That is the watershed. Once you support the bailout, I'm talking bailout, the TARP in September, October 2008, you've thrown away everything. At that point, the insurance companies would have all been bankrupt, and that would have quite easily simplified it, because there would be no private insurance. They'd all be bankrupt, and you could simply say, well, we'll offer you a plan, and people would have been glad of it. Back in a minute.